Hello everyone, it's George Green 94 here, and today I'm going to show you my Premier League predictions for the 2024-2025 season. So in this video I'm going to show you what places each team is going to be in. So we're going to start off at 20th, then up to the top. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to see more of this, like I said, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. But other than that, let's begin. Alright, so coming at 20th place, we have Ipswich Town. So yes, Ipswich Town came to the Premier League for the first time in 22 years. But the thing is, they just don't have that team to stay in the Premier League for a few years. The reason I say this is that a lot of teams who are promoted to the Premier League, they are usually regulated in one season. I think Ipswich Town is going to be part of those teams. But yeah, I don't think Ipswich Town is going to be good this season. I think they're going to crumble. I don't think they're going to have any identity with the football whatsoever. So I pick Ipswich Town to be last place and regulated for the Premier League. So these predictions were really easy so far already. But coming at number 19, this might sound crazy, but I'm going to pick Nottingham Forest to be regulated next season. Now, a lot of people are going to say that's crazy. I don't think Nottingham Forest is going to get regulated, but here's why I think so. Last season, they finished with 9 wins, 9 draws, and 20 losses. They barely survived regulation, but I don't think that's going to change anything. I think Nottingham Forest will be actually eliminated from the Premier League and sent to the Championship by next season. And the last team to get regulated for next season, which I think is going to be Brentford FC. So Brentford is one of those other teams who barely survived regulation last season. In my opinion, I think they're going to downfall and get regulated to the Championship because they weren't good last season as they were the season before. Last year, Brentford finished 16th place, and a year before, Brentford finished 9th. They've been doing pretty well lately. They were doing pretty well in the start of the season. That's what I meant to say. But last season, they kind of downfalled, and I think that's going to continue during next season. Okay, so that's all the regulation teams who are going to get eliminated in my prediction for the 2024-25 season. But now let's talk about who's going to survive regulation. So coming at number 17, we have Everton. Now, by the way, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I hate Everton and Manchester United. Let's be honest, Everton has been downfalling lately, but in the end, they do good enough to survive regulation. Barely survived regulation these past couple of seasons, and I think they're gonna do it again. They're gonna be in a regulation battle, and I think they're gonna survive. I think they're good enough to survive, because let's not forget, Everton haven't been regulated from top flight English football for 73 years. Yeah, I think the Toffees are gonna be in a regulation battle, and I think they're gonna win it, and they're barely gonna get out of it. Coming at 16th place, we got Southampton. The reason I say this prediction because I can just see that Southampton is might be going into 16th place. My prediction, but I don't know, but that's the way I see it. I think Southampton is going to be a little bit worse than they were during the Championship last year during their promotion, but I think they're going to be good enough to stay in the Premier League for a couple of years. I think they've gotten better at scoring goals, getting the ball downfield, and their counterattacks as well, which is why, one of the reasons why they got promoted. So but I think Southampton is they're going to stay in the Premier League, and I think they're going to end up in 16th place. Team to come in 15th place, I got Wolverhampton Wanderers going into 15th place. Now, in my personal opinion, a lot of people say that the Wolves are a good team, they're able to stay in the Premier League, but the way I see it, the Wolves, they're a mid-team. They're a mid-team, and they're just good enough to stay in the Premier League for a while with the players that they have right now. I have the Wolves finishing off in 15th place because, they're just a mid-team. They are just a mid-team, and I think they're just going to end up in 15th place. Coming at 14th place, I got Crystal Palace and ended up in 14th place. These are, again, one of the teams who are mid, and they've been mid for a while. This is where they always usually end up. Crystal Palace either end up in 10th, 11th, 12th, but I have them coming up at 14th place. They're just a very mid team, and they haven't had good managers over the years. They've been in the Premier League since 2013. They've been here for, it's going to be the 12th season in their Premier League, but I don't think they haven't gotten any better from that time. All those almost 12 years. They just have not gotten better. I haven't seen them. They always end up in the same place. They're mid-table. They're always at mid-table, and I think that's what's going to happen again. But I have them finishing up at 14th place. Coming up in 13th place, we have AFC Bournemouth. I'm not gonna lie, I hated AFC Bournemouth. I hated them so much. I felt like they didn't deserve to be a team. I didn't feel like they deserved to be a team. But you know, goal scorers like Solanke over there, you know, Bournemouth has been doing a lot better. You know, ever since he was there, he's like the main man of that team. He's that talisman for Bournemouth. However, I do think Bournemouth is going to finish in 13th place because, again, they're a mid-table team, and that's where they usually end up. Coming at number 12, this is going to be also a crazy prediction, but I have West Ham coming at 12th place. Now, it's just in my opinion here, I think they're going to lose a couple of players, and I think that they're not going to do any better as they did last season. With them again, I think they're going to lose a lot of players, and with that, obviously, I think they're going to struggle a little bit, and they're going to end up mid-table like they always do. So I got West Ham coming at 12th place, but you know, Next up, coming at 11th place, I got Fulham. Fulham finished 13th place last season. I think they're going to do a little bit better than they did last season. They're not going to be, they're not going to be up the top, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but they wouldn't. But I have them coming at 11th place. Coming at 10th place, we got Chelsea. Now let's be honest. Were you really surprised about this prediction? This one right here, I want to say a lot of stuff about this. I don't know what happened to Chelsea for these past couple of seasons. You know, ever since they sacked Tuchel, which was a dumb idea, in my opinion, they've downfall. They got Pochettino, you spend £1 billion to get all these star players like Jackson, Palmer, and all those people, and they still ended up mid-table. They almost clinched Europa League, but I think they're gonna end up in 10th place. And let's be honest, if they do, we're not gonna be surprised. You know, they've been a great club for years, and they still are one of the biggest clubs in the Premier League. But let's be honest, if they end up in 10th place, we will not be surprised. But I have Chelsea coming at 10th place, in my opinion. Coming at 9th place, this is another crazy prediction, but I got Brighton coming at 9th place. Now, I don't know if anyone knows this, but Brighton, they have gotten better these past couple of seasons. They've been in the Premier League since 2017, and the way I see it, these past, couple of 2 to 3 seasons, they've been getting better lately. I think they're gonna end up in 9th place. I don't think they're gonna be up there in the top 4, but they are good enough to stay in the Premier League for 10 plus years. They're not really a beast team, but they're just one of those teams that are good enough to stay in the Premier League, and I think they're gonna stay in the Premier League for a while. But I have them coming at 9th place. Coming at 8th place, I got Aston Villa. Now, a lot of people, you guys are shocked. You guys are shocked saying that, you're gonna pick Aston Villa to be 8th place. They just made the Champions League last year, which is a great accomplishment for them, and I'm not trying to take that away from them. But I think their Cinderella story ends from there, from them being the top 4. The way I see it, I think they're gonna do slightly worse than they did last season. They had a great season these past couple of seasons, but I think they're gonna downfall a little bit to 8th place, and that's how I see it. So that's my prediction on Aston Villa. Coming at 7th place, we got Newcastle United. Now they were 7th place last year, and I think they're gonna be the same again last year. I don't think they're gonna be any better. I don't think they're gonna be any better, but I have Newcastle coming at 7th place. Coming at 6th place, we have Leicester City. Now, it's pretty sad to see them regulated, but they promoted themselves back into the Premier League from starts like Jamie Vardy. But I think they're going to end up in 6th place. I don't think they're going to go ahead and be one of the top teams in the Premier League, but I think they're going to end up in 6th place. I think they're going to have a pretty decent season. And I really see them staying in the Premier League for a while. And at number 5, we have Manchester United. I think they're going to clinch the Europa League. They're not going to win the title. Those days are over. They're going to at least clinch the Europa League. And by the way, if they don't win a title, which they won't, the manager over there, Eric Ten Hag, needs to go. I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly, but they don't win a title, he needs to go. But they'll at least make the Europa League. I think they're going to be pretty good. So now we have made it to the top 4 teams. So let's get started on the top 4 teams. Who's going to end up top 4? Coming in number 4, we got Tottenham Hotspur in 4th place. The team is really good enough to win a title at some point in the future, but I think they're going to be one of those competitors in the top 4 competing for the Premier League title. But I think Tottenham Hotspur, obviously they're not going to win this year, but I have them coming in 4th place. They're going to be one of those competitors for that title. And next up, we got Arsenal, and they have been pretty good for these past couple of seasons. Ever since the Henry, the Bergkamp, Patrick Vieira, Perez days, I think Arsenal is going to be in 3rd place. They're going to be competing for the title. They have a good team, but if they don't win, I think Mikel Arteta has to go. If they don't win, but I have them coming in 3rd place. Next up, coming up in 2nd place, we got Liverpool. We have Arne Slot, a new coach after Jurgen Klopp's departure, and that's my favorite team that I've liked for years, since the Gerrard era. He's the reason why I like this team. He's the reason why I love the game, the center midfield position, and all of that. As much as I want to say that we want to come in 1st place, as much as I want to say that we want to win a title, obviously we're going to be competing. We're definitely going to be competing, but I think we're going to end up in 2nd place. And of course, number 1, Manchester City is going to come in 1st place. I mean, you already know the deal about them. They have a bunch of good players. Their dynasty is still going on. I think it's going to continue. They have a bunch of good players like Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland. What more can you say about that? I think, it's going to be another great season for Man City. They're going to clinch the title. As much as I don't want to say it, I think, it is what it is. I think Man City is gonna take the 2024-25 Premier League. Okay, so those are the predictions I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see some more soccer content. Just go ahead, click that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.